Yeah.
What's up, ladies and gents?
Today we're going to be polishing some Strat frets. As you can see, these babies are pretty dirty and unplayed, and I actually never really polished my shit up, so I figured we could fucking bullshit and do this together. Why not, right?
Alright, so basically the first thing I'm going to start here, because I needed to change the strings. I don't know if you could see it from there, but whenever you start seeing the discoloration, the black spots, you need to try and change it. And I also got this nut lube, and oh man, if you want to talk about something to keep your guitar in tune, this nut lube is get good. See how it says lube kit? Because gets you all nice and lubed up. Now thankfully I got locking tuners that have these very, very convenient unlockers in the back that you just unwind, so this will be nothing to get done. If you guys never used one of these before, probably the cheapest way to have a nice drill for your guitar tuners and get them unlocked. I personally like this because it's low torque, and it keeps it where you can kind of control the wind. Now, I don't normally like to undo all my strings tension at once, but since we're polishing the frets, pretty much have to. But you always want to check your truss rod adjustment after you're done with this. And on a Strat, it's right here in your face, this hole right here. And you can get this straight edge thing that lays on your fretboard, and it lets you check your gauge and everything. But see how easy these are to go? You just go yeet, pull that, and then yeet, strings out. I love these tuners. They're like 75 bucks. They're expensive, but I mean, if you have a Strat, I spend the money on my guitars and parts, man. Like, these are so good. I know there's other third-party ones, but I like to keep everything as Fender as I can, and Fender's really good at their parts. Like, most of their shit's just completely fine. And there we go. Now we have a fresh fretboard. My cat's tripping on the strings now. Right there on the nut is where we'll lube each little slot, and that lets those strings just long dick the slots really good and fresh. But for now, we're going to try this. I've never ever used this polishing kit, so this is going to be the first time for me. But I can already see a bunch of like dick dirt in there that I could already get off. And you're going to put this over that. Yep, and that fits perfectly on my Strat. And then you're going to essentially just grind it away with each varying grade of 3M paper here, and it's going to make these frets look brand spanking new again. I heard cutting these into 1-inch strips was the way to go, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And those will be the ones we work with today. So green's the most coarse and pink is the least coarse. So you got like different varying grades depending on how far you want to go down on it. Now this guitar plays so perfect, I don't even chance grinding anything down, so I'm just gonna go start at the second one down. Just buff the fret back and forth a few times when using each grade, going from coarse to fine, blah blah blah, step will polish of the mirror appearance when you're finished. 30 micron green or the 15 micron gray. I'll probably do the gray. And then you start going down. Perfect, let's give this a shot. So we'll start with gray. Oh yeah. Look at that difference already that made. Holy shit. Look how nice that looks compared to the other one. Oh my god, you guys probably see the shine way better now. Oh, that's no dope. Let me get a little closer zoom for y'alls. We're going to use this gray, blue, and pink in that order. And then basically we're going to go ahead and put this fret protector over. I'm going to start going back and forth a few swipes, and immediately it's going to clean up that fret right off the bat. Oh man. Never realized how dirty these frets get. I even like to wash my hands with soap and water beforehand just to leave minimal grease as little as I can. And dude, look at that's all still coming off these frets. And then blue, shine it down a little more. And then hit that pink up. Yeah. Ooh-wee. And then bada bing, you got some fresh ass frets. Look at that. Look how nice and mirrored shine those are. And then we're going to continue down the rest of these dirty ass frets like this. And this baby's going to have some nice ass frets. So I'll continue back on with you guys when we hit the string change and the nut lube. See you guys in a second. So I ended up not liking this quarter pounder pickup in here. It's just too fat of a sound. So instead of using regular stock Fender pickups, I'm going to throw this bridge hot rail in the neck and see what it sounds like. It's going to be an experiment, but it should sound a lot better than this. And who knows, maybe it'll sound actually super fire. Who knows? And as you can see, there's all the beautiful, sexy wiring that we're going to be taking off of this. So I'll report back to you after we get the pickup swapped. Yeah. Them's ain't the best joints, but he wired up. So now we got our bridge wire here, our two new grounds right here. We should have some signal and be good to go. So this baby is all good. Look at that. Look at that nice ass hot rail up in that bitch. It's a bridge hot rail, but I don't know. Fucking, if it sounds good, it sounds good. But look at these frets. That polished fucking kit I bought was quite fantastic, man. These things were kind of dark and dull. Can't wait to try it with one of my my Jackson Soloist. That one I think has never had it done since it came from the factory. Now for some strings on this bitch. So this one in particular, I like to use 10 to 46s because I switch it from standard to drop C, and drop C is just right at 46 gauge on the top. So to me personally, I think 46 is the thinnest gauge you could go for like a clean drop C without it being too slinky on you. So if you guys were wondering or wanted some info on my insight on strings, for these I use, for like any of my drop C guitars, this is the size strings I use, and for the other ones I use the pink pack, which is the 9 to 42s, and that's for my standard tuning guitars, and that's like all of them. So literally I only use 2 packs. These, if I have a heavy tuned guitar, that one is drop C, so that one's got the 46s, that one's got 46s, that one I think got 46s, that one's got 42s, and that one's got 42s, and that one's got 42s. And I got like quite a few guitars in the room too. My Schecter's got 46s, my red wine Strat's got 42s, so you get the point. I pretty much, depending on the tuning of the guitar I play in. So now we're gonna go ahead and lube our nut with some of this stuff. Simply comes with these nice fine tipped brushes. And you simply just stick a little lube on there and just slide it right in the little crevices. Right, Tiki? Tiki. Yeah? Right in the crevices? Come here. Hope this video isn't too boring for you guys. I've always wanted to do a video like this, but I feel like this is all super uninteresting, boring shit, but I know some of you guys play guitar out there and you guys don't do this kind of maintenance on your guitars. Maybe I can turn you guys on to some guitar care and show you guys how to make your instruments play fantastic and perfectly. Oh yeah, that bitch is lubed up. A little on each crevice. And as you can obviously tell, the string's going to slide between this, and it keeps friction from the nut. And yeah, bada bing, bada boom. It keeps your guitar way more in tune. So if you guys do a lot of bends, play a lot of solos, this stuff will fucking save your day. Now the syringe kit, it's pricey. It's hard to pay for. It's $20 for this tiny ass little syringe kit, and you see this much, and it literally is like filled to here. But then you're gonna realize that, man, this show lasts you like over a year. I have like 15 guitars, and I've barely used any because I used to use like this little ass dab amount, and I'll stick it in between each little crevice. And now when I restring it, all the strings are gonna slide perfectly through that. And you want to do it on all the metal parts, wherever the string contact is. So this triple tree, or string tree, whatever the fuck you call it. We're going to go ahead and throw some lube on that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So that's going to be lubed. And now for the saddles. So you're just going to go right where the string goes. I actually go the extra mile, and I like to put it like right, like inside as well, where the string grabs on the metal. Then you're really working it. So that string ain't gonna catch on nothing. So now that we got the saddles nice and lubed, the nut lubed, the strings should be sliding through all this like a mushroom tip through some anal ease. And as you can see, like, I barely even touched the tube. Alright, now it's just time to put the strings on. Look at these fresh ass strings. So we'll start with our 46, which is our top string. Alright, now we got all the strings through the bridge, so since it's simple as fuck and you just pop it through the tuner pegs, and these are the locking ones, it's you don't really have to wind them. You can just literally pull them, not as tight as you can, but just pull them nice and snug, and then you can tighten it from there, and you got no string wind or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. And there she is with some fresh frets and some fresh strings. So now what you want to do, especially if you have all your strings off, you're going to want to check all the intonation at the saddles. Make sure she's all intonated. And then, oh yeah, and then also a good tip for when you're restringing your guitar. I personally like to go like this, pull on the strings a little bit. Get them nice and pre-stretched as much as you can. They sell little tools for that, but it just helps out because your guitar will go out of tune quite a bit when you're as your strings are stretching out and whatnot. So now I'm gonna go ahead and check intonation, get these things cut off, and all the other extra stuff, and then we're gonna give her a sound test. So let's try out the hot rail, since it's supposed to be a bridge pickup, but it's in the neck. So guys, that's pretty much how you do a little fret polish, a restring, lube, and yada yada yada. So just want to fucking dick off with you guys, show you guys a little guitar maintenance, maybe help a few of you out there that are playing. And yeah, thank you for sticking by and watching it, cha boy. And you guys take care and have a great day.